The road to the new Lincoln Museum has been a long one, but the dream of a state-of-the-art facility to house artifacts and complement the site's heritage buildings was recently realized. Dignitaries cut the ribbon and officially opened the Lincoln Museum and Cultural Center at the beginning of the month.
What I think is so special about this building is the contemporary design. Really, it's a draw for many visitors. I mean, it stands out in Jordan. Having that contemporary design, looking out on the two historic buildings, the 1815 Fry House and the 1859 Schoolhouse, just it's a wonderful counterpoint, and it really brings this museum into the current time.
The dream of a new site moved closer to reality when the museum's Volunteer Association pledged $1 million towards the project. The impressive community response helped to get financial pledges from the federal government and the town of Lincoln.
They just continued to save and save and save, and they pledged and have almost completed their commitment of $1 million. Then, knowing that they were making that donation, we went to see Senator Peter Harder. We talked with Dean Allison. Senator Harder is from Vineland. He grew up here. We talked to Dean Allison. We spoke with Vance Badaway. And on the strength of that level of community interest and support, we asked the federal government for $1 million. And there was a grant that was available, and it was approved. So that was $2 million. And then the balance came from the town and private donors.
While the pandemic caused some delays, it also meant that staff were able to devote their time to the enormous undertaking of preparing the building for opening and moving thousands of artifacts that are now properly stored in a climate-controlled area in the basement.
Moving the collection was an enormous undertaking because 12,000 objects stored in multiple locations across the community. In addition to all the moving, we had to then set up the exhibits, which was a huge undertaking in itself. So it involved painting the walls, installing the didactic panels, the cases, mounting the objects in the cases, and all the amazing features you see within the exhibits. That all had to be set up prior to being ready to open to the public.
I think what I want to emphasize now is the building is here. The collection is protected, and we know that there are many, many valuable and very relevant artifacts available in the community. I want to impart to everyone that any aspirations that you have had for this museum in terms of the quality of what needs to be in place in order for our collective history to be protected, it's here. It's finally landed here, it's in place, it's state-of-the-art.
With more space comes more opportunity to tell stories. A new exhibit called Belonging takes a closer look at the diversity of Lincoln.
We're attempting to tell the story of all of Lincoln. So the previous museum was very much focused on these Pennsylvania German settlers who came to the area. I wouldn't say it was a Mennonite history museum, but it was predominantly focused on that history, and then the exhibits didn't change. So what we're doing with our exhibits now is really attempting to tell the story of all of Lincoln, and our exhibit now, Belonging, really does reflect that.
Information about museum hours and current exhibits can be found online at lincolnmuseum.ca. In Niagara, you're watching The Source on your TV.